Hello everyone and welcome to Rob's Rogues. We are moving on through the Batman animated series action figure line, brought to you in part by Kenner. I shouldn't say in part by, it is by Kenner. Although at a certain point towards the tail end of a line, Kenner and Hasbro were both making the figures. I think it switched kind of over to Hasbro for a short time. We'll kind of get into that when that change happens. But we're taking a look at Glider Robin. And right away, once I was getting ready to do this set of reviews, I started looking at some of these figures. And let me pull this little gadget off of Robin here. Does anybody see the new 52 Red Robin in this figure? If I just pull these little glider wings out a little bit and I do like this. So if anybody's reading the new 52, Tim Drake has like a glider cape now that some people like, some people don't like. I'd prefer him to have a real cape. But I really get a Red Robin sense out of this figure. If I kind of fold this down here, kind of, sort of, you kind of get that glider cape feel of the new 52. Tim Drake Red Robin. So that's kind of one of the first things I chuckled at once I saw this. This was a figure that I had said, first we'll bring his normal counterpart. The first early parts of this series of figures, I was buying almost every single figure I could get my hand on. And then after a while, I started realizing, okay, Rob, you don't need to spend that much money all the time on buying every single figure. And I say it over and over again that a lot of these figures are not comic book accurate or not cartoon accurate. There was a comic book for Batman the Animated Series, but generally you didn't see a lot of these different type of weird gadgets and things like that. So after a while, I stopped buying these type of figures. But the ones that I did buy, I did generally buy because of the gimmick, or I thought they looked cool, or I just really liked the extra pieces that came with them. And you could kind of make believe that Batman and Robin are going to go out and they're going to jump out of the Batwing or the Batplane or something like that, and then they're going to do a little bit of extra reconnaissance flying or gliding. So I thought this was a nice little accessory. The other accessory that Glider Robin does come with is this claw. It almost looks like a grappling gun type of thing, but it's basically just something that you would fire. And I knock completely off the table. Don't worry, I'm back. I found it. So, yeah, this is, I believe, I have it somewhere in a box. I believe that Kenner, in their infinite wisdom, continues to use the same pieces over and over again on all of their pieces, and this is also from the 1990 Batman Returns. It's same black piece. The Batarang would fit in here, but for this case they gave it to this Robin and just, you know, reused a lot of their same pieces over and over again. So same piece that you've seen before. So if you have the Batman Returns Batman, you have this exact same piece, just with a Batarang end. But a nice little accessory nonetheless. The glider does come off. It does weigh the figure down in the back quite a bit. That's the problem with a lot of these accessories, that they want to tend to fall over, just because the pieces that make them work or do whatever is just so heavy. Now, the nice thing about this particular one, that the wings can come all the way down, if you do it right, Rob. That the wings, the figure is actually resting on, get in here a little bit, is actually resting on the wings itself, so the weight of the figure is being held up. Now, something I had made mention about the other Robin, the standard Robin, is that I had said in his review, I wonder if they had painted the teeth in on Robin or given him, you know, a white smile, what that might have looked like. Well, Kenner did on this particular figure. So I don't know now if I would have preferred that now that I can see both. I do think I actually kind of prefer the one without the teeth just a little bit better. I don't know, you be the judge on it. It does add a little bit to have the painted teeth in there, the white for the mouth, but it does look a little strange. Maybe there is not too bad, but you kind of get the idea here with this one. Now, some of these pieces, or take the cape off this Robin, if I was using to pose some of the standard figures, I would just use the accessories that the other figures came with to give a little bit more of a realistic look to the figure. So that's not too bad. Put Glider Robin back in here. So this is one of those figures that you know, kind of goes in with the Batman Rainbow Coalition of figures that early on, you know, even now going through, looking at Mattel making figures, and you see underwater scuba Batman and Robin, you think, what person or what kid is going to buy that figure? Well, back in 1993, I was that person, and I was that young adult or that teen that bought a lot of these figures. So now, kind of being more of the conscious consumer, or being the comic book accurate or the show accurate person that I am, I generally do not buy any of these off-brand or off flavor of the week type of figures. It's generally the normal standard figure that I would buy anymore. But being as it was the animated series, and that just kind of did this whole thing to me with action figure collecting, that I wanted to try and get as many of these as I possibly could. And I'm glad back in the day that these were only the $6, $7 figures. Can you believe that? We paid $6 or $7 for action figures back in the day. So that's what these figures generally run, somewhere between $6 to probably $9, depending on the type of figure it was. Once you get into the deluxe figures, then you're probably pushing $10. But I miss the days of spending, you know, $6 on an action figure. But anyway, there you go. This has been a look at Glider Robin. Like it, love it. I think it's kind of cool. The glider wings are a nice little feature. And like I said, it does kind of remind me of Red Robin from the new 52, just a little bit. So as always, this is Rob for Rob's Rogue signing off, saying we will see you guys next time.